welcome you all to the drug discovery class. Dear students, today we are going to study what is virtual screening, what is ligand based screening and what is structure based virtual screening. Okay. So these notes and PPT I have taken from anywhere else, that is created by Bell Gillett, University of Sheffield, and the references is the book, that is Andrew R. Leach, that is written by Andrew R. Leach. Okay. So before going into detail, first we will discuss about what is a drug discovery challenge. What is this? Although we have discussed about that the cost of medicine is very high and we feel the drug, we also face the problem of drug resistance. Are you all able to see? I think screen is not presented here. Huh? Yes. Now you are able to see? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is our today's topic, and these are all the reference. This is the book from where this has been taken. Okay. So today we are facing the problem challenges. So we know what are the challenges. Drug resistance, and there may be many more. What are the challenges now? Chemical space, so drug like compound, so that are greater than 10 raised to power 20. Means we have so much molecules. So now we need to search right molecule, right target, which molecule can fit to the target. So it should be complementary. Only the right molecule can fit to the right target. Okay, like lock and key. So we can search from the available compound. This is a challenge because we have okay, this much of compound. So how we can search and which strategy we should use. So that's why we need the method virtual screening, and we need the help of the computational tool, so that we can screen large number of compounds. So here you can see in the biological space also we have human proteins 10 raised to power 4 and 10 raised to power 5. So we have these proteins, okay, and we have to take care of these proteins also, because any drug should not be harmful to the human proteins, and we have to validate the target. So target we take from the pathogenic proteins, pathogenic bacteria, viruses. So it is not given here it will come in the biological space. Okay, so we also need to study target protein. So what is the target protein? That is not the human protein, that are proteins from bacteria and viruses, which are essential for growth and replication of bacteria and viruses, or the pathogen, or from the protozoans. So there may be the difference also. So if in the biological space we validate the targets, and then we design the drug, we actually see the right molecule should be fitted to the right target, means the target from the pathogens, okay, not from the humans, and it should not be harmful. It should not be fitted to the human protein. Okay. Okay. Then okay. So we are looking for the right molecule and right target. So in this we need the help of the computational tool. So that is why this method, high throughput automation, high throughput screening, We need the help of combinatorial chemistry. You already know about this. What is combinatorial chemistry? What is high throughput screening? When we are screening large number of compound against a target, that is called high throughput screening. So still need to consider carefully what to screen, against which we are screening. So we need to screen the large number of compound, thousands of compound against a target, or target may be multiple, more than one or two or three target. We can screen the large number of compound against a multiple targets. So that is called high throughput screening. Now choosing the right molecule, it is necessary, because on the one hand we have the large number of molecules. So on the other side we should have the one molecule, so that we can screen the large number of compound against a target. So target, if we have one target, then it will be easy. So goal is to find a lead compound, but now we are looking for a right molecule. So we are screening the large number of compound. Okay. So goal is to find a lead compound that can be optimized to give a drug candidate. Means we are looking for the compound which may have the drug likeness property, which can treat the disease, which can act against a target protein or pathogenic bacteria, viruses, protozoans. So for that, if the right compound is not suitable, we do the optimization using chemical synthesis. We use the chemical synthesis to modify the lead molecule in order to improve the chances of being successful drugs. Now how we do that? We need the computer. If we have the structure within the computer, we can modify that structure. We can modify the group. We can place one group to the another place, and we can shuffle the groups. Then we can observe the changes. We can calculate the physicochemical properties of the drug also within the computer using the software. So there are the tools, there are the methods that we can use, so that the drug can be a successful drug. Okay, so we can do the modification, that is the drug designing. So and this process is called optimization. In the combinatorial chemistry also we produce the large number of compound. Okay, using the similar reagent we create the diverse compound with this that belong to the same category, but within the same class the molecules have the diversity. So those molecules also we can screen against a target. Means from the combinatorial library we can also take the compound. Now the challenge, chemical space is vast, because we have combinatorial library, we have so many molecules. Okay, so we can, using the chemical reaction like combinatorial synthesis and other type of synthesis, we have so many molecules. This is vast. Okay, so there are 1 billion compounds with up to 13 heavy atoms. There are 30 million known compounds approximately. A typical pharmaceutical compound collection contains approximately 1 million compounds. Okay, so in any pharmaceutical compound collection we have approximately 1 million compounds. So we need to screen 1 million compound at least against the target. Okay, so which method is suitable? High throughput screening is solution. High throughput screening allows large numbers of compounds to be tested, but very small portion of available compounds, okay, that can be fit to the target. Large screening is expensive. Not all targets are suitable for high throughput screening. So we should select target also. Before performing high throughput screening, we need to select the target protein that are suitable for the high throughput screening, because high throughput screening is an expensive process, but it is cheaper than the any wet lab method like microarray technology. So in the wet lab we have high throughput screening method like microarray technology, but in the dry lab we have the computational method that is called virtual high throughput screening. So virtual high throughput screening is the cheap method. Okay, and actual high throughput screening methods are costly. So that's why we use the virtual high throughput screening method, in which we take the help of software and online resources and tools that can screen the large number of compounds. So within the computer we need the memory so that the software can run. Now what is virtual screening? Virtual screening is a solution for the high throughput screening, because in the wet lab we use the microarray technology for screening of large number of compounds. So that is very costly method, okay, and other wet lab methods. So now virtual screening is a solution for that. Virtual screening refers to a range of in silico techniques used to search large compound database to select a smaller number for biological testing. So how this helps? This helps us to search for the large compound database to select a smaller number of compound which may have biological activity, and that we can test in the biological testing. What we do in the we need to screen that drug against a target. We can do the biological testing also. So virtual screening can be used to select compounds for screening from in-house database. Okay, suppose we have database on our computer, so we, with the help of software, we can screen the compounds against a target. Choose compound to purchase from external suppliers. Sometimes we take the compound from the suppliers also. Decide which compound to synthesize next, and on the basis of that we can decide which molecule we should synthesize in our laboratory, because laboratory cost is also very high. The cost of drug development is very high. So to minimize that cost, we use virtual screening method. This method is very useful and it minimizes the cost of the drug development. The technique applied depend on the amount of information available about the particular disease target. So this is applied against a particular disease target. So this is very helpful technique using the virtual screening method. We minimize the cost of the drug development, and we also get the new drug against a disease target. So we can be success. There is a chances of success is high because this is a cheap method. Virtual screening. Now in how many ways? Now we are going to discuss about, do you have any question up to this? You can ask if you have any question. Hello, are you all here? Hello. If you have any question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, just ask a question. Now we are moving forward and we are going to discuss about the method. Till now we were discussing about what is virtual screening and how it is applicable. Okay. Do you have any question? You should ask the questions. Okay, no question. 3D structure of target, unknown and known. So we can divide virtual screening method into two. Like if the target structure is known or if the target structure is unknown. So these are the two cases. Means sometimes we have the target structure and sometimes we do not have. Yes? Yes? Anyone from that? Are you here? Your mic is on. Okay, if you have any question you can ask, and if you do not have question you can switch off your mic. So here we have the two cases. Okay, like we have the target structure and on the other side we do not have the target structure. So first we are going to take, if the target structure of protein is unknown, we do not have. Okay, 3D structure in the PDB database. So the first method we applied, that is ligand based method. Okay. So there are the two methods of drug designing also. I have already discussed with you, and we have the lecture also. Video is also available. What are the ligand based method and what are the structure based method, and what is this approach. Now here we are going to discuss about what are the different methods. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about what is ligand based method and what is structure based. So we have discussed about the strategy and approach. So now in these classes we are going to discuss about what are the different methods. So in the ligand based method there may be two cases also. On the one hand we have the active we have the known compound that are active compounds. Okay, we already know what are the active compounds we have in the library, and on the other hand we have the actives and inactive known. Okay, means we have the mixture of the inactive and actives. So there may be the two cases. The drug compound, the compounds which we have, that may be for the activity is unknown, sometimes activity is known. So which method we can use? Okay, first we are going to use the similarity searching method. Okay, so on the first part we are going to discuss about the similarity searching methods. So on the other hand we have pharmacophore mapping, machine learning methods, and in the structure based we have protein ligand docking methods. Okay, so these are the different methods of virtual screening, virtual high throughput screening. So in the similarity searching we screen the compounds. Sometimes we should know about the parts, fragments of the drugs, fragments of the compound. So we need the search like the substructure searching. We divide the compound into different fragments, then we search according to that. Pharmacophore mapping. So the target structure is unknown. So we need to analyze what is the pharmacophore of the compound, what is the active part of the compound. We need to look, we need to analyze, we need to focus on the active part of the compound. So active part we should not change, modify the active part of the compound, because that is already active, or you can add the different groups to maximize the activity. So this method we use, means we know this is the pharmacophore, or this is the lead compound structure that we know. So we cannot remove that part, we can only modify that. So pharmacophore, sometimes we need to analyze the pharmacophore also if there is no pharmacophore detection. So we need to work for that in case of the inactive compound also. Okay, so pharmacophore is the active part of the drug that work against the target protein. Okay, so another method is active and inactive known, means when we have both types of compounds. So there we can use machine learning methods. So this is used to screen large number of compounds. Machine learning method means, suppose we have one set of active compounds that is actually active, and we have detected it by the machine learning methods. Means now the machine learning method know the pattern of the active drugs. Okay, so we have a one training set, suppose, for which we have done the testing and we have the data, predefined data. So in the machine learning method there are the two types of the sets, the training set and test set. So in the training set we have the number of compounds that are active, which have the molecular descriptor that shows the activity. So now we know the pattern. So machine learning method is used to identify the pattern from the training set. Now on the other hand we have the set of inactive compound, means test set, that is called, means we don't know there may be the mixture of active and inactive, but we do not know anything about that. Test set. So we have to predict, we have to analyze what may be the activity. So that set we call test set. So from the test set we are going to identify the active drugs. So for that we will use the machine learning methods. Okay. So now the another category of method is virtual screening is structure based screening. So we have already discussed about the ligand based method. What is that? Ligand based act. Ligand means we have multiple ligands, and okay, and we can screen those multiple ligands against the targets, and we have to look for the targets also. Sometimes we have to look. Okay, multiple targets. We can screen the ligands against the multiple targets also, and in that way we also identify the which one is the target, suitable target. So that approach is called ligand based method. Now if the structure of target is known, means we have the 3D structure of the target. We know what is the disease, and in the disease which one is the target, we know, we have the structure. Now we can design the specific drug according to the protein structure. That is called structure based method. So this is costly method, this is expensive method, because we have to design a drug against the 3D structure, and we need the 3D structure also, that is determined by the X-ray and NMR, with the help of that, those technology. So in the structure based method, the structure of target is known, and we need to look for the suitable drug that can act against this target. So this we can do. We can take the help of docking method, docking software, to screen the drugs. Okay. So in this method we should have the 3D structure. That the costly method, X-ray and NMR. But if we have the structure, we can design the specific drug against the target. So this method is called protein ligand docking. Specifically we do the docking of one protein, like we have a one ligand, and we can dock it with the structure. We can bind the ligand to the protein structure at multiple sites also. We can do the multiple site docking. Okay. So there are the different methods. Okay, do you have any question? So this was the introductory lecture of virtual screening, and we have many more things. Virtual screening, okay. So first of all, we are going to discuss with the similarity searching method. What is the similarity searching method? So these are all the methods. One by one we are going to discuss about the different methods. Okay. So rationals for similarity searching, this we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Okay. Now this lecture is over. If you have any question, you can ask. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Yes? Okay, no question? Okay? Okay. Okay. So after the break we will study about the similarity search method. Okay. So now this. Okay, we meet again today.